Have you ever thought of what you wanted to have on your tombstone? That would be a bell ringer. You need to know what a bell ringer is. And this is FYI Sahara YouTube. A bell ringer is, a long time ago, they were always worried about people being pronounced dead. It's like, the Middle Ages. And then they are not dead and they wake up in a coffin. So what they did was they put a bell, a string to a bell that went up on top of the grave. And so if they woke up, they could pull the string in and ring the bell. That is a bell ringer, which is hilarious. But I went into, when I had to take my husband in to get his ashes done, get him cremated, I just noticed it, get him cremated, I took in a biscotti box. This is a biscotti tin, and they're quite yummy. They're very pretty. They're often sold more for their attractive tin. Sometimes fancy cookies and chocolates and sweets are prized for their attractive tin. So my husband was Italian. I want to tell you, ladies, don't ever marry someone with a complicated last name. I've spent my whole life spelling the name Brignoli. And it goes like this every time, 5 times a day. That's B as in boy, R-I-G-N is in George, N-O-L-I. That's Brignoli. No, it's not Pignoli. No, it's not cannoli. It's Brignoli. That's what you do all day long. However, I love my husband. So he did die, sadly, and I went into the funeral home and said, gee, I hope you don't think this is unusual, but I would like to put his ashes in a biscotti tin. And the undertaker was in a good mood that day, and he said, lady, you don't know unusual. And he told me some of the funnier stories from his funeral experience. So I am now writing up some computations of these stories from different funeral directors. But meanwhile, I found these cute headstones. Maybe you will get an idea for them. So what do you want on your tombstone? Let's take a look at these. Well, I was hoping for a pyramid. I like that. That works for me. A pink pyramid. And she said her feet were killing her, but nobody would believe it. It's pretty good. If you think about the line or dash between the dates, you have to think about, on the tombstone it says when you're born and when you die. But the interesting part is the dash in between the born and dead. Are you going to have fun with it? Do something meaningful? Because sooner or later you are part of two dates and a dash. I kind of like this. It's artsy, I guess. If you think about graveyards and always so grim, this is good. DOA. It took me a minute to figure this out. This is a fancy tombstone, believe it or not, with all that marble. Well, his last thoughts were, he said work was killing him. Look closely. This is not an angel. It's not a religious figure. At least not to many people. It's a computer. I thought that was kind of cool. Well, I have to go now. I have some more tombstones and funny stories from funeral homes. So please subscribe, stay tuned, ring the bell, and I can bring you some new things when they more or less pop up.